Welcome to the podcast, PKP Podcast, in the air right now. Check it out. I'm getting a beer.
Is it recording?
It's recording.
While PK's gone, his chair is wet. He's gonna sit in it. It's gonna be great.
And we're back. Welcome to the show. Sorry if the audio's shitty. Had a long week. Don't feel like editing it.
Oh, you need to get in there, don't you?
The length of the week determines the quality of the audio.
For no reason at all.
Temporal flux.
On a previous episode of In the Air, Andy Rang, it wasn't announced, but Andy Rang brought a 6-pack in the pound to the show, so I bring up a good favorite, 6-pack in a pound, to eat later. Maybe right now. I don't know. But yeah, are you okay?
You're gonna smoke, eat, and drink all at the same time.
Yep. The same cast as last week, or month.
Or whenever.
Matt,
It happened
Dustin.
at some point.
Yeah. Justin.
You saw the intro. You know what's going on.
Yeah,
The intro happened already.
it did.
Yeah.
The magic of it.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it's a pipe night tonight. Everyone has their pipes.
And Paul has no tobaccos.
I recently purchased a pipe at an antique store and it's still not clean, so I'm just gonna act like I'm smoking a pipe tonight.
Well, you cleaned part of it, right?
I cleaned this part. No, I cleaned this part, but not this part. Is that clean or dirty? It looks kind of dirty.
Just run a pipe cleaner through it and it'll probably be fine.
Are they in the
We're
drawer?
gonna be doing some live tweets, some Vine videos tonight as well to liven it up.
Fine. What the hell's this bullshit?
PKP is moving up in the social media realm.
And Lefty's moving up in the swearing on podcast realm.
We already hit our quota. Big night tonight. We have a lot to talk about. There's some big events that happened last weekend? Week? This week. Last week, right? This week. E3.
Yes, E3 was...
Well, big to us. There was...
Well, it'll be a month ago. Or so let me see this, right? Or a
Well,
while
no, it's
ago.
gonna be... This video is gonna be posted next week.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
E3.
schedule is on the same as...
For those of you who don't know what E3 is, it's the... What is it called?
The Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I'll say it at the same time.
I broke it. I didn't pull it out.
Oh, okay.
Is it necessary to be...
No, it's fine.
You might just get some metal shrapnel when you inhale.
You won't.
But yeah, entertainment,
Maybe
Electronic Entertainment Expo. It's big for video gamers and video gamers. I don't know who else is big for.
That's it.
Really.
Yeah, it's video games.
But we have a lot of pretty big things that happened.
Oh, it was E3. I know, like last year or the year before, they said they toned down E3 to like not have the booth babes and stuff. It was just going to be
Yeah.
restricted. Was that the same deal this year, or were they like, nah, it sucked, so we're going back to the old way?
I think most people don't like the booth babes because they don't add anything. It's just random women that don't know anything about what that
You're not going to get it all the way
game
through
shit.
that busy
They
metal
don't have
store.
anything to add.
It's alright.
They're just randomly there.
At some point.
I don't know.
I think one of the booths, I don't know who it was, but they had booth bros. Dudes in like wrestling spandex uniforms.
I know Nintendo had some 3DSs tethered to women for some reason.
What?
Nintendo.
Bill Nintendo.
What will they think of next?
So I watched The only footage that I saw was Sony's, and I heard Microsoft's was not that great. What happened with Nintendo?
They didn't have a press conference. They just...
Yeah, they had like their own thing before E3, pretty much.
Really?
And they didn't do a big press conference this year.
They did unveil some of their games and stuff, though. They had stations. I remember seeing a video that they were demonstrating, what was it? Wind Waker HD, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the remake for the Wii U. They're demonstrating how the controls on that and the video is different than that of the GameCube. It looked pretty neat. I'll probably buy a Wii U for that, but that's mostly because I'm obsessed with Zelda, hence the shirt.
But what kind of tobacco are we all smoking tonight?
Well, I'm using the Cornell and Dale. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, but the Pennington Gap.
I've got the Gentleman Caller.
I think I got a whiff of that. It smells pretty good.
I've got Peter Stuck By Luxury Bullseye Flake.
Which one's good here? Meat candy?
Oh, good.
Or
This one I want.
Meat candy?
It smells like
Meat
bacon.
candy. It's
Sounds like dicks.
maple bacon flavored.
PKP does not endorse.
Noobs.
PKP does not endorse tobacco use. We're just using this recreationally. This year, it seems like. What would you guys say would be? First of all, what would you think was overall the best thing of E3? Would you take away? Not like your personal thing, but the thing that you think resonated with everyone, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is the best thing at E3."
Well, I think the PS3 in comparison to the Xbox One, the whole what it has to offer, and versus what the Xbox is like taking away from the user.
Do you mean the PS4 or the PS3 itself?
I'm at the PS4 because I'm still stuck in the current generation.
Adams, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say the PS4. The only bad thing about it, I heard, was you're gonna have to have a PSN, like the PlayStation Plus account.
Do you have to have?
You have to have that if you want to play online.
Yeah.
I don't really play online much anyway, but there's a couple games that I
was just kind of
to.
curious about when Sony was going to actually charge for that sort of thing, because I mean, maintaining servers and stuff that costs money.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about the same price as Xbox Live.
But at least you get the PlayStation Plus perks, like some of the free games and stuff. Which, from what I hear, the Xbox Live Gold is going to have some of these free game perks as well to try to compete.
Yeah. Well, and the PS Plus, you get discounts on a lot of downloadable games.
Justin, what was the thing you took away from E3?
That nobody likes the Xbox One.
Well, did you guys see that video of them announcing Peggle 2? The guy was all like,
Yeah.
coming! And then there's a big jump, it's like, Peggle 2! And then nobody applauded. It was just like, blank stares and crickets.
That was at the Xbox conference?
No, that wasn't, was the Xbox?
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Peggle was a Microsoft thing, I guess, but...
Wait, was it? Or was it?
I don't know. All I
EA?
know is I love Peggle, and I would have been cheering.
Maybe it was the EA
That
conference.
crowd doesn't know what they're doing.
I'm not sure.
Like, what about games? What... We saw a lot of games in E3. There was...
The Witcher 3
Witcher 3.
looks amazing.
Nobody even plays The Witcher. Give me
Justin
that letter.
plays.
Witcher 2 was one of my favorite games of last year, so I'm really looking forward to
Witcher
3.
2. Justin.
Well,
I didn't pay attention to any of the games, really, because I'm mostly interested in the hardware. That's me.
I'm
One
looking.
thing I'm worried about is that since the Xbox One is restricting used games, if publishers decide not to put games on the PS4 because it still allows used games.
Well, from what I read, the technology is in the PS4 to restrict used games, but it's
But they're
up,
just not
it's up
enforcing it?
it's up to the publisher to implement it, not PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah, so they could all end up doing it too.
Yeah, I guess.
And then there's those rumors that the Xbox One, like when you're playing a movie, it'll use the Kinect to see how many people are watching the movie, and if it's over the legal limit of 3, it could like stop the movie until less people are in view.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about that.
I read stuff about that. I don't know if it's true or if that's just speculation.
I think that's probably speculation because that would be.
Well, worst case scenario, just put a blanket over your Kinect and you'll be fine.
It would probably.
Or would it pause the movie because it doesn't detect anyone?
Yeah, probably because you need the.
There's
Kinect
no one in the
attached
room.
to actually use.
Well, yeah, you need the Kinect attached, but you just cover it up so it can't actually see anything, so it looks like there's nobody
If
there.
it can't see anyone, would it work then?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of would like it too because there's a lot of people that would like put on a movie and then go into the kitchen and cook and just sort of like watch it out of the corner of their eye and stuff. That would be annoying if you couldn't watch a movie without physically sitting in front of it.
Yeah.
Right.
I could see that being like an option maybe. Like in case you gotta take a leak and then run off.
Adams, a game that you're excited for besides Peggle? Peggle 2?
Bungie's new game, Destiny. Like
I am excited for
I haven't
that.
played Halo since Halo 2. I don't like Halo at all anymore, but
Yeah.
Destiny looks really cool. And then, have you heard of The Division? It's a new Tom Clancy game.
Yeah,
I just saw
they
the
did,
trailer
yeah.
yesterday, and it looks like sort of a similar kind of thing,
Mhm.
like an online
They said that
third-person shooter.
there's no overarching storyline, but there is like stuff you do in the game, or like there's a storyline, but it's not linear. You're in the world and you're doing.
Yeah.
Well,
stuff.
during the trailer, they just like went into a police station and took that over.
Yeah, it seems like it's like an open world, and you can just kind of find quests and do whatever you want.
Try to survive.
Like, I was pretty excited to see more of Destiny, but then I saw that trailer, and I think I'm actually more excited for that one now.
Yeah. They didn't really show a lot of Destiny. I mean, they.
Yeah.
Having trouble.
Just can't read it. And then it was Destiny.
Hold the flame on it and like puff on it until it gets charred. You know?
I do that, but
You gotta let it get charred on the inside.
Yeah, it's gotta get the
Gotta get neat.
ember.
Cat is watching.
we have a visitor right now, or what's the word? Spectator.
Huh.
Got a spectator tonight. Cat. Dustin's cat. Einstein. Gave away too much already. Later on in the podcast, you'll see.
What?
Yeah, it's all a great
Yeah.
misunderstanding and PK's terrible spelling.
We'll get to it later on in the PKP section. But yeah, Destiny looks good. The Division looks good. I'm excited for Metal Gear Solid. I don't know. They say it's going to be open world, but I don't know how well they're going to pull that off.
How would it be open world where we just like sneak everywhere?
Yeah.
I like how in the trailer that he was riding a horse and he just kind of rode by him like he was hanging off the side of
He
the
was
horse.
hanging off the side so they couldn't see him.
So they're not. You're like, hey, what's up with that horse just kind of riding?
It would have been
by?
better if he would have been like riding the horse but wearing a box.
It's a rack or something. They don't care about random horses walking by.
I suck too much at Metal Gear Solid. I own 4, but I got about 2 hours into it, which is about 15 minutes of gameplay, and I know I just kept on getting caught and shot and all that stuff.
Gotta let Paul play it for you and watch him do it.
It's kind of entertaining. I mean, the game is sort of meant to be watched almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I guess one game I'm looking forward to that I saw on E3 thing, well, I guess it's sort of E3, sort of Nintendo stuff, but the Zelda game for the 3DS that's going to be coming out. What they call that? Did they actually
A
reveal
Link
the name?
Between Worlds or something.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of in the same vein as A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo, except now you get this special power where you can turn into a drawing on the wall and you can walk along the wall and stuff to get around obstacles, things like that. Kind of interested to see if that becomes a gimmick or if that's actually going to be clever. And
I did read today about the new Zelda. in the process of making for the Wii U. They said they're trying to make like new systems to, vary from the previous Zelda games. They think they need to do something different to stay popular and relevant, I guess. So they're trying some new things, and I think they said it's going to have like a completely new art style from previous games too.
Well, we all know how well that went with Wind Waker. People hated it initially, and then years later, people loved it.
Yeah.
I always liked it.
Yeah.
I did too, because I had a lot
It
of
was
fun.
very different from what there had been before. So
Well, part of it was like people don't understand cell shading. They think cell shading is like a way of cheating to make the graphic, to get away with like crappier graphics, but it's really not true. But like from what I read about that Zelda, the new Zelda, is that like in Ocarina of Time, the Hyrule Field dungeons are going to be like the size of that thing, where they're going to take multiple hours to complete, and that'll be interesting. I don't know if I'll be able to do a dungeon in one sitting, and that might be kind of difficult because
it always puts you at the beginning when you reset.
well, if it's a new system and it doesn't do that, then like if they have save points in the middle of the dungeon that can save you where you're at, that'd be cool. But like once you get into the flow of a dungeon, you don't really want to break it, because otherwise you kind of forget where you've been or what you've done and what you still need to do, that sort of thing.
It's always really hard to come back to a dungeon after doing part of it.
Yep.
No,
Paul wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Paul's never played Zelda.
Well, we should fix that someday.
I played A Link to the Past on the Game Boy, and I played that.
That's Link's Awakening, champ.
Yeah, Link's to whatever. Link's Awakening. What's A Link to the Past?
No, you probably played A Link to
Is
the
that the
Past on
same
the Game
game?
Boy Advance.
Cat's trying to
Oh yeah, I guess they did that.
So, bottom line, E3, Nintendo's got some good games out. Sony looks like it's going to win the console war. Microsoft, see
I
ya.
was looking at the list of exclusive games, and I don't care about any of the exclusives on the Xbox.
There's two
There's a
that I would
couple
like to
that
play.
are interesting, but
Titanfall, I like FPS with mechs because I love mechs,
yeah.
and there's one called The Low. It's a new indie game from the developers of Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery. And as far as I know, that's only going to be on the Xbox One, but hopefully it comes to PC at some
Yeah,
point
maybe
or something.
eventually. Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't see anything exclusive on the Xbox.
What about the PlayStation exclusives?
They've got Infamous,
Oh yeah,
Looks
Infamous
good.
Second Son.
Killzone, which I enjoyed the other ones, but I don't really care. The Witness is timed exclusive, I believe.
Oh, so it'll come out on the other consoles later?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about other exclusives.
I heard.
I think The Division's on both. Metal Gear Solid's going to be on both.
Yeah.
Destiny's going to be on both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember what any of the exclusives are. I just looked at them earlier, but
I do
I
not.
don't remember.
What's the order? Is that going to be on everything, or the order 1886? I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for that.
I don't
I
remember if
didn't
that
watch
was,
the trailer. I don't know.
Multi-platform or just PS4? But I know it's going to be on PS4.
Right.
I don't remember if it was exclusive or not, though.
That looks pretty good. It's like a steampunky post-World War I, kind of like
Left 4 Dead with werewolves?
Left 4 Dead with werewolves. We didn't
Or
see what they were.
Maybe werewolves, something.
Maybe they're werewolves, maybe they're zombies, but werewolves would make more sense for
I
that time
instantly
period.
thought werewolves when I saw it. But
Well, they're
Then-
chucking zombies and everything though, like every time period. So, you never know.
I did see a trailer for a new Ninja Gaiden game that's silly.
And zombies.
The ninja that you play likes to swear and really likes panties or something.
Huh.
At one point,
There's a quote from the
something
trailer that I can't remember.
He's watching
Something
this video
about
poster, I'm trying
hot
to-
sauce on his balls.
Honor and death go together like hot sauce and my balls.
Check out PKP Films on Twitter to see what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, check
filming
us out on
this.
Twitter, like us on Twitter, on the Twitters.
And
You like on
Facebook and
Twitter,
YouTube.
you follow.
Finally caught a dace.
Yeah, I caught a couple of them too.
Caught a Dorado.
Dude, I catch those like 3 or 4 times a day. Usually about 5 o'clock. We're talking Animal Crossing right now. Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS. Better check it out.
Check it.
Yeah, I figured I'd beat you to the check it out because that's catch
Check
it.
You would have.
Check it out sometime.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. It's a good laid back sort of have no real objective, but you set your own personal goals. It's kind of like in the same sense of Minecraft where there's really no, well, I guess there is kind of an objective now, but with Minecraft, with the end dragon and all that stuff. But yeah.
Would you say that Animal Crossing is more of a game for like casual people, or?
It's definitely a casual thing because it's like it doesn't require quick reflexes or memorizing button combinations or anything like that. It's mostly just sort of slow going. It's intended to be played over the course of a year, not just like grind it until you beat it sort of thing. It's actually got measures in place to prevent you from grinding until you beat it because everything usually takes like a day or a week or something like that to occur. So it's a good thing. I usually come home from work and play it for a little bit just to unwind, and then yeah, it's not a great way to stay in shape, but
Not yet.
until they get like I don't know, Animal Crossing for the Wii U with a balance board or something like that. It's like, oh, you got to bounce while you bury this peach or whatever you do.
Is Tom Nook still in the game?
Yep,
He is?
Tom Nook. He's in real estate now. His sons have taken over the sales business. But,
Is Rossetti still there?
Yes.
Yeah.
That gang?
yeah, your favorite?
Fury set.
I saw him once, but then the second time that I accidentally turned off the game without saving, he didn't show up. So I don't know if he only shows up once and he's like, fuck it, I don't care anymore.
I don't know. I thought I read somewhere they
I
were
don't know.
shortening it or letting you skip it or something because people didn't like Resetti.
Or
Restricting your gameplay.
I mean, the whole purpose of Rossetti was to prevent you from the whole idea for Rossetti was to prevent you from doing something and then making a mistake or not getting the result you want and then leaving the game without saving and restarting it to try to get a better result, because that's kind of defeating the purpose of how the game works. And so they would always play this annoying song every time it would detect that you reset without saving, and you'd have to go through like several minutes of dialogue of this mole yelling at you for resetting. It was very annoying.
It's good times.
music's playing right now. Music's actually very, very catchy, so hopefully you get it stuck in your head, viewer.
Paul's gonna get stuck in his head when he has to put it on the video. Have fun with that, Paul.
Yep. So you guys, is that what you guys are playing right now? You're all playing Animal Crossing? Is that the main game for you guys right now? Or?
Yep, playing that. I'm trying to think, I was doing something on the PC. I still play a little bit of Borderlands because I just got the DLC, just screwing around with that. Or Borderlands 2, rather. I just got a mechanical keyboard, a Razer Black Widow Ultimate. Expensive keyboard, recommended by a friend of mine, but it's pretty cool using a mechanical keyboard as opposed to the usual rubber membrane one, because it's hard to explain, but the typing feels better. Like the keys move smoother, and it's loud as hell, but I mean, usually I have my music cranked anyway, so I can't really hear it. But yeah, if you want a quality keyboard that's going to last you forever, I'd suggest getting one.
Mechanical keyboard, check it out, get it. They're kind of expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, this one was $130 at Best Buy before tax and all that. The cheaper ones you can get for about like $80. Like Rosewell, I believe, makes one. That's supposed to be all right, but Yeah, I went for this one just because I didn't have to order it online. Impulse buy, you know how it is.
Yep.
But it was recommended to me by a friend, and I was not let down.
Good. Very good. So while all those guys have been playing Borderlands and Animal Crossing, I finished Blood Dragon. As you remember, the last episode we were talking about it for a little bit. I actually got the game and I beat it. It's pretty short. I actually picked up Mass Effect 3 again. There's a few new DLCs that came out.
Again?
You know, it's a good game. The ending's a little iffy, but the game itself is pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
There's a few new new DLCs that came out. They're good. You have to pay like $15 for them, but they're pretty good.
Are they worth $15?
One of them is, and the other one, I don't know, not so much.
I heard Omega was kind of meh.
Yeah, that's the one I'm playing right now. Citadel, the second one, is basically like the entire. In the game, you're fighting aliens, and you know it's kind of a depressing game. For me, when I played through the first time, it was kind of depressing because like characters you liked in the first one, the cool ones died, and like all this shit happened. The one DLC that came out called Citadel is like kind of a break from it, but there's still like battling and stuff that happens with it that takes away from the main storyline. I thought it was kind of unpolished. There were a few things that were wrong, but as is with every game. But I think it was worth it. You know, it was more than just fighting. In the game, the DLC was more than just shooting things. It was more interaction and more developing the characters of the game, which I think is a pretty big part of
Which is what Mass Effect is about. Characters.
Yeah, until the end of the game, but that's a different story. But I thought it was worth it for what it was. Omega was you just run through this thing and you get some backstory and you kill a bunch of stuff, but I think the other one was pretty good. For what it was just a good break from the game. It was a little cheesy at times. They try to implore humor into their show, but I don't know, it was alright.
Show?
Into the whatever game, movie, whatever it is called. But it was alright.
I got Mass Effect 1 and was trying to play through. The trouble is my playstyle is talk to anyone and everyone and go through every conversation they have, and it was just because of so much conversation and so many side quests and stuff is that like I just wasn't progressing fast enough to keep my interest compared to other games that I've been playing. So
yeah, the third game had too many side quests, so I just stopped doing them.
There's a lot of like micromanaged
I
stuff.
never thought the side quests in Mass Effect were really that fun to do.
but you could go around and talk to random people to finish things.
Yep.
Yes.
I didn't go far enough to crack a joke at that.
I picked up The Walking Dead finally, because that was on Humble
Finally.
Bundle Weekly.
Where the DLC comes out.
Yeah,
That
so
was
I
on-
finally played through that.
That was on the Humble Bundle?
Yeah, it was on the weekly
Huh.
sale.
I see.
Yeah, there was a Telltale sale.
It's on I think it was like either Green Man Gaming. I think it was Green Man Gaming right now has it on sale for like either 50% off or 75% off. I could totally be lying, and by the time you're watching this, it's probably going to be gone. But I was debating about picking it up. I remember watching you play it for a little bit and thinking that was kind of neat. The whole limited duration of when you can respond to questions and stuff. I think we discussed this on the first podcast a little bit.
Yeah.
Back with
Joel.
with Joel and Dave and
It was.
that other guy and that other guy's brother,
That guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
the Potters.
The Potters.
It was very good. I let everyone die. It was like, oh, I'm just gonna drop this guy. He can die, whatever. I'm just gonna leave.
You're a dick.
I mean,
Well,
that's it.
Hey,
anyway, they announced a DLC for that at E3. It's just one more episode, but it's going to have 5 different characters in it. that you play.
Oh, really?
And it, yeah,
No, I didn't really
it kind
know anything
of
about
like
it.
they're making a second season of the Walking Dead game, and this kind of is just something in between. And
Yeah.
we may or may not meet characters that'll be in the second season.
Well, the second season, will that play off of the first, like the decisions you made in the first game? If you have,
I don't think so. I don't know.
thought
I
they
think
said
it's
it
something
was
separate.
going.
I don't know.
conflicting information.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what to believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to follow the same
Oh, one knows.
anyone from the last game or not.
I think the decisions you made in the first season will affect the DLC, even though you're playing 5 different characters. Wow.
Eat all of them.
I had
But
2.
I had 2.
Last of Us came out today.
I had like 3 or 4.
Anyone else getting The Last of Us?
I'm debating about it because, well, I mean, it looks really good. It's just that
That was nice.
Maybe.
It sounded like there was some going-ons in the backyard, but anyway, I don't know. Part of me is kind of distracted by other stuff right now. I don't know if I have the time to dedicate to a game that would involve that much time. But then I've spent a lot of money on other crap, like a expensive keyboard, so I kind of need to save.
Yeah.
I'll wait till it gets cheap.
Yes.
On the last podcast, we talked about Justin eating a sandwich during it. So I present this taco to Justin
Consolation?
in consolation for Justin to eat
Consolation
right now.
taco.
Justin's gonna eat a taco right now while we talk. Unless you don't like tacos.
Be sure to tweet about it. Hashtag
Oh,
Justin
no, it's
Taco.
hard
It's hard shell.
Oh, my nemesis.
Horrible.
Well, hard shell, it's pretty much a soft shell at this point. That taco's about
Yeah,
a
it
couple
is.
hours old by now.
Yeah, it's all soft now.
Just like Justin's soul. Oh, look at that kitty.
Now that Justin's sitting
That cat
down,
is doing such amazing things, and you
You're never gonna
can't
see
see it.
sorry, podcast
Can you like
viewers.
post a link to the vine of it or something of the cat?
If it actually
It'll be in something or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how these vines work or internet plants.
Speaking about the cat actually made a cameo, or won't make a cameo as soon as we film it. That's enough of In the Air. Let's talk about PKP news now. We've been working on a project for, well, not really working on, I guess you could say talking about, for a while. Urban Zerbex and all that other stuff is on the air, and you can watch it on the website. But we've been working on a project, or talking about a project for a while now called, well, it's a movie review show. Centers around me and Dustin and a different character, Jeremy Moore, who was from the first.
He was in the first podcast.
He was in the first episode of the podcast. He's supposed to be here tonight, but he's too busy
not showing up.
Drinking his Canadian whiskey and watching hockey and things.
Yeah, but it's the three of us, and we basically watch. It's basically us watching a bunch of really bad '80s movies and reviewing them. But there's a twist. Me and Dustin's characters love the '80s, or we're from the '80s. It's not revealed yet.
Characters?
The characters
So you're
are.
not actually just reviewing movies, you're just...
We are reviewing movies, but at the same time, it's like a different twist on it.
adding the weird Paul twist to everything?
Yeah.
Clones! It needs clones!
It needs
And
clones.
guns!
Hey, they can be clones for all we know.
And every PK character needs to be Colonel
to be-
Urban in essence.
He just does the Colonel Urban laugh randomly.
Yep.
When he's not supposed to.
Check it out.
But yes, the show is called 80s Reels, with a Z at the end of Reels. We filmed the first episode last Tuesday. Yeah, last Tuesday. In this house, actually. Don't know if I didn't mention it earlier. We are right now on the porch deck of Dustin Cole's house right here. And we filmed the first episode downstairs in his basement.
Or as I like to call it, the Love Dungeon.
Love Dungeon, yes. How was the taco, Jess?
It was cold.
Cold taco.
Yeah, it's a summertime treat.
But yeah, it's gonna be like our first review show we do. Just it's nothing anything big. It's just us having a good time watching stupid movies and kind of making fun of the movies a little bit. The cat is in it. He actually plays a pretty important part.
Well, first off, the cat's a she, so quit
Or
calling it
she,
a he.
sorry, I always get confused. In the show, she's a he. In the script, it
You had
was
a
written.
script?
Yeah, there was an outline for it actually. In the script, her name is her name is supposed to be Einstein, but I spelled it wrong, and now her name is Einstein. Einstein.
Just like Paulo.
Yep. Polo. Polo.
Polo and Pollo.
Pollo.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that because
Paulo
they.
and Einstein. Wasn't that in the last podcast?
What?
Did we talk about it?
I think so.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Man vs. Kind of Wild couldn't have progressed without me and that scene where I ate that piece of grass.
Yep.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, he did talk about that.
Speaking of which, somebody actually commented. We actually have a comment. Well, we get comments every
other
once in a
than
while.
me and Troy?
It was Troy, actually. I was trying to hype it up, but Troy.
There was overwhelming support for putting the movie online as it is right now.
Oh yeah,
By overwhelming, I mean me and Troy.
2 people. If we can get like 10 people to say it, I'll just post it online as is, which is.
Paul. Maybe you need to start a
Very shitty.
Kickstarter.
I need to start a Kickstarter
People dig that.
to finish the movie funding.
Movie funding?
Funding to finish the movie. Although all of it was filmed pretty illegally and pretty shittily.
Many
but
years ago.
Many years ago. I just know.
It's the taco.
What happens when bugs get in there?
Probably.
Can I have a lighter?
No.
Pipes are running dry here. So we
I
got.
don't want this tacoing.
Oh man. We got. So 80s Reel is going on. We're filming. Hopefully, going to be filming some more on patrols. Ryan Fleehardy, as you know, Siler. He's expecting a child. His wife. I don't know how available he's going to be available for. How available he's going to be available in the future. But we're going to try to get him in. There was talk of doing a new Ghost Hunter Dave sometime in the near future involving Ghost Hunter Dave and Ronald Jacuzzi.
Oh.
Paul Gothard, check him out. But,
Third episode?
what?
He was in third episode, right?
Third episode of,
Yeah,
Podcast.
doesn't matter.
I think maybe it was the second. Was he?
It might have been the second. I know I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, Andy was in the third.
Yeah, and he was in the third.
Second episode. Watch that one.
Second episode of this podcast. Check it out.
To talk about his character.
Yeah, but, I think that's all we got going on. Oh, the Colts documentary. Today I got to sit in with the executive producers and the editor of the film. Documentary filmed last year. Me and Justin went with the Colts and all that bullshit. We, well, everyone's already heard the story like 10 times. The documentary is almost done. I watched a final cut. It's not 100% done, but it's not a rough cut. It's way further than it just being a rough cut, but it looks very good. I was very impressed by it. Hats off to you, Tim Connery. The guys at the guys at Dreamcatcher do a very good job editing, and we're looking at finishing that soon. It's going to be pretty cool. Great way to stay in shape. Murder Party, a thing that was just. Oh, were you in Murder Party?
I was not in Murder Party.
Oh, shitty. But Murder Party is coming to YouTube. We're going to post it. There's a link for it on the website. Or it's going to be, hopefully by tomorrow. It's supposed to be today, but I ran out of time. Murder Party is coming to the internet. You heard it first. Well, you're going to hear it second now. By the time you see this. But it's going to be pretty cool.
You mentioned this on another podcast, I believe.
Yeah, but now it's official.
It wasn't official last time.
It
Then?
was
Double official.
It's double official now, and we
That
never
makes
had
it
like an
super
actual
official.
date.
It's like
when
the
gonna
pinky
go out.
swear of official.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's happening. I'm excited. I don't know about Matt.
You look
He's
for
not
it.
gonna
I
watch it.
saw it once.
Oh, you
It's
saw
fun.
Sir Murder Party?
Yeah.
He went to the
At
movie.
the theater.
Oh yeah, Matt. Okay, yeah.
At Mindframe Theater, check it out.
Mindframe Theater, check it out. They got good movies, good burgers. No, they don't have burgers, but
They have hot dog, do they? They have beer.
they had beer. Check
Buckets
them out.
of it.
They got Molly's Silver Screen Canteen there too. Coffee for your coffee lovers. But I think that's about it for PKP stuff. Stay tuned to watch some videos. They're funny. Share with your friends. You'll get money, I'm sure, down the line.
I saw the new 300 trailer.
Another
New
300.
300.
Yeah, they're making a sequel.
Yeah.
What?
How does that work?
You know how the last one ended and they went back to get more guys to fight?
Oh,
The
That's how
more
that-
guys will fight.
Yeah,
okay.
that's gonna be it.
Battles on boats
I don't know.
and shit.
The CGI looks kind of weird. I don't know.
Justin,
Reaching the uncanny valley.
he looks like 300,
It looked weird. I don't know.
but more water. And blue capes instead of red.
Yep.
So are they gonna be like? Is it gonna be like how they went with 101 Dalmatians after 100, or 102 Dalmatians after 101 when they did that sequel Disney did? Or are they gonna? Is it gonna be like 301 or something? Is that what they're gonna call it?
No,
or-
it's 300 Rise of an Empire or something.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's not noteworthy.
Not at all.
Oreo.
Oreo, indeed.
Oreo?
You said Oreo.
Yeah, I said Oreo.
I'd say Oreo.
Shut up.
I don't know.
What he said.
Yeah, Justin. Anyways, viral video of the month is. I don't want to sound racist or anything, so I'm just gonna say he was. He's either Pakistani or he's Arabic. He lives in that area. He lives in the Middle East.
Yeah, you could have just said a Middle Eastern gentleman.
This Middle Eastern gentleman is riding on a vehicle whilst traveling. The vehicle is traveling down the highway, going like 60 or 70 miles.
Could you say this any more awkwardly?
Yes. And he is riding on the hood, just texting, laying around, I think he might take a nap at some point, and he moves around on the vehicle. So for our video, our interpretation of this video, we did our version with Matt Adams on the hood and me driving. Right now, wasn't that fun? It looked very realistic.
He wasn't actually driving. They were in no danger.
Well, maybe, but
Zero danger was had.
Always respect the road and safety laws in your state and country of residence.
yes,
If you're not in your state or country of residence, screw them.
Fuck it.
yep.
I was gonna be nice about it, not
We'll
drop that.
blender it out later. But questions, comments, either just like leave it on the YouTube page or message the YouTube page or anything like that. And I think that's about it, right? I just gotta do this. You get rid of that. I don't know. What do you got? Anything else, Justin? Or any other news? Or I think that's about it. So
Leave a comment on what you thought of E3. Since we
Later.
talked about that. What?
Oh.
I don't know.
yeah, leave a comment if you're a video gamer, or if you just skip through the whole thing because you're not a video gamer, of what you thought of this year's Video Game Entertainment Expo Electronic 13, 20, 2013.
1520.
We had some good games, we had some good systems, some not good systems. But I think it all's going to turn out well in the end for everyone. Right?
Except for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
that was-
X-Bone. We'll catch you on the flip side.
We can get that in that thing.
Yep. Actually,
Later.
damn it.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You suck at smoking a pipe.